Hey everybody, Justin with PumpPal here, and if you're looking to check how to track fitness goals, you found the right video as PumpPal is a great app to help track your fitness goals, and I believe you'll enjoy the features that are within this app. If you want to check out the app, go to your store, check out PumpPal Physical Activity Logs in the App Store. Check it out, download it, and get registered. You can kind of follow along and see what it all has to offer. Or you just can kind of watch this video and I'm going to go over all the things that help you track your fitness goals. But let's go ahead and get started. To start with, if you get the app and you register, you'll be brought to your plan screen. This will be the main screen you always land on, and this is where you have your plans for the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then the plan itself is what you're going to do that day with your exercises. So you could create a new plan here if you wanted to. On the top right, you have that plus button. If you hit the plus button, it'll bring you to a new screen where you can then add a new plan by its name here, right? So you pretty much give the plan a name. Maybe you're going to do chest day, maybe you're going to do leg day, or whatever it is. You give it the name and what day of the week you're going to do that. And then it'll be added to your plan list. A different way you can do that, if you're kind of new and you're having anxiety of what you're going to end up doing, you're thinking too hard on it, you can use the plan builder on the bottom there, the big red button that says let's build your plan. You can click that and you can build a plan based off what your goals are. It'll bring you to a screen like this. If I can find it, 1 second. There we go. And it will tell you or ask you what your fitness level is, right? Are you a beginner? Are you intermediate? Are you an advanced user? Are you an advanced lifter? I would say if you're beginning category, if you're still trying to figure out how to track your fitness goals, you're probably a beginner category. Essentially, that's someone that's never worked out. Maybe you went hard for 2 weeks, and then you fell off for months, and then you did 2 more weeks. You generally are in the beginner category. You want to select that. Intermediate would be someone who's consistently worked out for probably 1 or 2 years, and then advanced would be someone that's like 2 years plus. They've been working out a long time. Then you want to decide how many days a week here you're going to work out, and then you click next. And you'll be brought to a new screen that asks you, if I selected it, what's your primary goal, right? Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to gain muscle? Are you trying to have general health? Essentially, if you're trying to lose weight, you just select that, gain muscle. General health would be like someone that's just just trying to stay healthy, right? They're not trying to get bigger, they're not trying to get smaller. They're trying to get their heart pumping, make sure the muscles still work into old age. So that would be someone that's big general health. You got to make your decision there, and then you click next. And you'll be brought to another question. If you have access to a gym or not. Not everyone has access to a gym. So the option is there to select a gym or maybe work out at home where you have more body weight exercises and things like that. Or you can do outdoor only where you're going to do body weight training and cardio and things like that, right? Make your decision there, click next. And you'll be prompted with a bunch of plans, up to 3 plans you can choose from. So in this instance, I went lose weight, I had gym access, and I wanted to work out 3 days a week. So it generated a plan where you can do the full body gym workout with compound lifts, or you can do machine essentials where it only uses the machines, or you can use a full body workout where you use dumbbells only. And then that allows you to create your plans, right? And then once you choose that, it'll bring them onto your plans screen. Let me go back here. So you can quickly get some plans set up so you can start working out and start tracking your goals. So just to cover a little bit more of what's going on the plan screen, there's also groups, right? What are groups? Groups are a way to keep the list of plans, right? So let's say you had plans for your leg days and you had plans for your chest days or arm days. If you only have the plans list, it begins to get pretty, a long list of plans. It's a way to keep things organized. So let's say that this plan, you did the full body workout 3 days a week, but you want to try out maybe a 5-day split from the plan builder, right? Instead of wasting this 3-day-a-week plan and having to delete them or maybe the list getting huge, you can group those together. So say you want to keep these and try different plans, right? You can go ahead and click the plan button. You can click the groups button on the top right, the folder, and it'll ask you if you want to keep those plans in the list or you want to remove them from your plans list. And it'll look something like this. Is that the right photo? It is not. 1 second. All right, here it is. So you can keep those plans in the list. Let's say you want to, you just want to group them right away, so you have a group. You can keep those plans in a list. You can continue doing those plans, or you can remove them from the plans list. You know you're not going to be doing that for a while, but you want to keep that 3 day a week full body program in your groups. You can group those together, and then you would hit whichever one you decide to do, right? And it'll bring you to a new screen where you can create that group. Like here, like in this instance, he's creating a new group. It's a leg day development group. This group is for leg development plans. So he gave it a description also, right? And then you have the option to select which plans in the current plans list here you want to add to that group. You can also just create a group without having any plans from the plans list, and then I'll show you later how you can add them to the group manually. But in this case, it's showing you which one you can add. If you were to use that group button from the plans list, it'll automatically select all those plans to add them to that group, because that's what the button's there for. To quickly grab everything that's in your plans, you like that, and put them into a group, it automatically selects them. And then you hit save. And they'll be added to your groups. In this instance, you made a group that had all at-home workouts, and this one has 3 different plans inside of it, that 3 plans button. If you wanted to add more, you can simply select the plan, and then you can simply, on the top right there, let's say you have these already in the group and you want to add another plan, maybe for like cardio or whatever you want to add, you can hit the plus button, and then it'll have you add a plan just like every other plan, and then it'll only add that plan to the group, right? So you can add additional plans to one group. This is a great feature to keep you organized. So let's say later on you have your plans here. You no longer want to do this, but you want to do at-home workouts. Maybe you're on vacation, you want to switch those to bodyweight workouts, right? Just click the button to add that to a group for later. You can add that to a group, and then you can go to the groups and you select the group itself, and you have a button here that says Add Groups to Plans List. If you select this, it will then take those plans and add those to your plan list, and then you have those ready to rock, whatever your goal is. Cool feature in PumpPal, you should check it out. Now back to workout tracking, right? If you wanted to, you select this plan, and you'll be brought to a new screen where you can add exercises to that list of inside the plan. So this is inside of a plan. You have bench press, cable chest flies, push-ups, running, and then you want to add a new exercise to the plan you're going to do for that day. This is kind of the screen you're going to be set up with. Let me get into... Did I get rid of that other picture? I think I did on accident. Okay. Below this, you have before this menu pops up, you have an Add Exercise button. This is what pops up after you hit the Add Exercise button, right? So maybe you want to add another exercise to your plan. What's cool to PumpPal is you get a choice here. You can do weight. It gives you an option for weight training. It gives you an option for body weight training. It gives you an option for cardio workouts or stretching mobility. And depending on what you choose, and when you go to add the exercise, you're only shown weight training workouts if you select that. You're only showing body weight training, so like Hindu push-ups, push-ups, all kinds of body weight exercises you can use. It'll only show you cardio options, so you have cardio options, running, walking, swimming, and then you only get stretching and mobility options inside the workout. Unique to PumpPal, pretty cool, and you can add those exercises to your plan. And then once you're set up in the same screen, you can start the workout from that screen, and you'll be brought to a screen like this, where you can begin your workout and start tracking it. Let's say you don't know how to do the bench press, you can select instructions, and it'll bring you to a screen telling you how to do the workout, and then you track your weights here, and then you can track your progress because it always remembers your last workout and what you did that day. So maybe you did 220, looks like you did, the last time you did the workout, you did 225 8 times, so maybe you should try for 9 times, maybe you should try for 230, and then try to get it higher, right? And then this is how you track your progress within the workouts as you go. I have more features coming for tracking these in the future. It's going to be in your general settings, and it's going to have records and things like that later on coming soon. But right now, this is how you track your progress for your workouts, right? Pretty cool stuff. Even cooler stuff here for tracking your progress in fitness goals is going to come from progress photos. Unique to PumpPal is progress photos. So if you're new to working out or you've been working out, you know that the scale doesn't say everything about how your body is changing, right? It might say 225 for 2 weeks, and you might be discouraged and you might be getting mad, but there's changes happening. You just don't see it because you see yourself all the time, right? This is where progress photos come into play. If you're not sure how to take progress photos, I have a tips, tools, and recommendation button at the top there. Gives you the rundown on how to take good progress photo, what tools you can get to take good progress photos. If you want to get really into it, you can get some tools for it, and general instructions. But just know that when you take these photos, you get a list of all your shots, either a front shot, a side shot, or a back shot, right? If you want to add new ones, you would hit the plus button on the top right here. In the newer version of the app, the camera button isn't there anymore. It's only a plus button. Just know if you hit the plus button, you get the option to either upload it from the phone. If you've already started taking progress photos, that's a handy feature. And then you have an option to use the camera where you can use it immediately and take pictures from there, right? Just so you know that that's been changed a little bit to conserve on space. But essentially, you either choose to upload one you already have taken, or you take one on the fly with the camera. And then once you either select a photo from your list or take a picture, you will be presented with this screen here. And it has the picture you have currently. You can change the date when you're taking it on. If you use the camera, generally it's going to be the date you took it. So keep that way. If you upload it, you might want to change it to whenever you took the picture. But just know that the option to change the date when you're taking that picture is there. You can have your pose, the front. Sorry, it's early yet. I feel like I'm talking a lot. You have your pose, so you want to select if it's a front shot, a side shot, or a back shot. Is it your favorite? Maybe you have a really good picture, you like the way it looks. You can mark it as one of your favorites. You can make it private, and essentially what this does, it only keeps this photo and the information on your phone and never hits the servers, right? And just below that, you have notes. Maybe you notice a change in your chest size, or maybe you notice your little handles went down a bit. Things like that you can add into your notes, and then you can hit save, and it'll add this to your list, right? So every time you do these progress photos, you want to add it to your list, and then you have it will always remember your first front, side, and back shot, right? So over time, maybe you're a month in it, you've been taking these photos, you can hit the compare button just to the left of the camera button, and you can see side by side your first photo compared to your newest photo. Pretty cool, so you can quickly see those visualizations and changes in your body that you might not have noticed if you weren't taking progress photos. You can see the front on the top there. You can select the side shot, and then you can select the back shot also. So you quickly see changes in here, if the scale is not moving, you might not notice those changes, but you'll notice it in your progress photos, and that'll keep you motivated. I mean, the weight didn't change, but I see changes in my body, right? So great tool to have, especially over like months of going to the gym. You'll notice bigger changes in these progress photos that keep you going. The only other button I want to mention is just to the left of the compare button is the filtering button. You can filter by the front shot, the side shot, back shot, your favorites, things like that. If you're starting to get a big list, you can filter them and check out all the photos, right? Coinciding with progress photos, you also have body measurements. And that would be kind of the same concept. It's going to be, the scale doesn't always say what's going on with your body. It's another way to visually see changes that are happening that you might not notice otherwise. If you're not sure how to take measurements, once again on the top we have tips, tools, and recommendations, and that'll have a list of different tools you can get, how to take these measurements, things like that. If you're not sure where to measure, you can hit the show measurements picture, and it'll give you a diagram of all the places you should be measuring, right? Great tool if you want to take a look real quick and see where to measure. Once you get done with that, on the top right, you can hit the plus button to add a new measurement, and it'll bring you to a screen like this. And you can add your weight, you can add your body fat percentage, your waist measurement, your hips, chest, neck, left biceps, right biceps, and so forth, right? And then you hit save, and it'll add that to your measurements list. And the same concept as the progress photos. As you get more and more and more, we have the compare button on the top right. If you select that, it will then compare those measurements against your first measurement, right? So your weight went down 5 pounds, you lost 3% body fat, your waist went down maybe, it tracks all these things, right? So let's say you didn't have the scale change, you didn't really see too much change in our progress photos, but these ones are so concise because you might not notice, a quarter inch change in a picture, but a quarter inch change on these charts will show, right? So maybe your weight didn't go down, maybe your body fat didn't go down for some reason because those scales can be off by up to 10%, right? So maybe your body fat didn't go down, but like your waist went down. That's a good thing. Or maybe your chest got bigger and your biceps got bigger, right? Well, that shows you added some muscle on there, so that would account for the weight that didn't go off the scale. This is a great way to be able to really measure what's going on with your body. If you can't see it in the progress photos, you should be able to see it in the measurements and keep you motivated, right? Great way, both the progress photos and the body measurements are a great way to track your fitness goals, right? Because that's ultimately what you're trying to do. You want your body to change and look better, right? Another thing you can have just to keep you motivated and keep you on track is our reasons feature. And essentially, the reasons are the reasons why you're trying to get in shape. I mean, you want to build some strength. Maybe you're starting a date. You want to look better and get more dates. Maybe you have a doctor's order to get healthier. Maybe you want more energy. Whatever it is, I have a list and I add to it daily sometimes of reasons why I have to keep going, right? And this helps for motivation because in the beginning you're going to be super motivated. That motivation is going to die, and you got to find a way to get the fire back, right? And you want to come to your reasons for that to ignite that flame again, right? So you want to add those in there. If you're not sure what reasons you're going to be working out, you can select the presets button, and you can see a bunch of preset reasons. You want to build some strength. Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to improve your mental health. Maybe you want to increase your energy. Maybe your doctor recommended you lose weight, right? These are all reasons why you should continue doing what you're doing. Everyone struggles. Everyone has their battles. They're different for everybody. But these are your reasons to keep going, right? Another cool feature for PumpPal, free to use. All these features I talked about right now are free to use. That might change in the future as I add more and get more users. But check them out, free to use. I do want to mention too, if you want to help support and you like PumpPal, I have a lifetime access right now at an amazing price of $39.99. This allows you to get access to all the features from now and into the future. You'll get no ads. Once again, grandfathered in. That means like every feature in the future you're going to have access to and you won't be charged for. One-time payment, limited time price. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting subscriptions in this by the end of the year. So be aware of that. And some of these might change. Like I'm thinking because the progress photos take up quite a bit of space on the server and cost money. I'm probably going to have it free up to a certain amount of images. Things like that are going to change in the future. Right now, for simplicity's sake, I have this one-time payment price to keep things simple and stay afloat so I can continue building the app, right? And another big benefit to use is syncing across devices. And essentially what that allows you to do is if you're on your phone and you sign in there, and on a tablet you can sign in there, and it'll essentially allow you to sync all your information between those devices. Or let's say you get a new phone, right? Like your phone died for some reason or doesn't take a charge, you gotta get a new phone. You can sign into your new phone and it'll sync your information to that phone. Sweet price right now. Usually companies charge $150 to $200 for a lifetime membership, so that's a great deal. I just want to make you aware of that if you want to check out PumpPal. Another thing I'd like you to do if you could, there's feedback inside the menu. If you go to the feedback menu, I love feedback. Maybe you have an idea for the app, you can add it in the feedback. I'll reply to you within 24 hours. If you see a problem, for sure, let me know in the feedback so I can get it fixed. Even if you go check out the app in the App Store and you don't like the app, let me know why you're not going to use the app, right? I would like to know because I want to make an app everyone would like to use. I built this with the features in mind that I wanted to use in an app, and I believe people like it. Every time they go in there and they seem to like the app, I get good comments from people. But yeah, that's about what I wanted to say. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to this channel for future updates and news. I also do like coverage on health topics, things like that, and general motivation to keep you going in your workouts. Some funny shorts. Yeah, but yeah, check it out. Like and subscribe. Go to the App Store, check out my app if you can. Otherwise, you all have a good day. Bye now.